Hello and welcome, and in this video I'm going to be showing you how to add a feedback form to Moodle. So to begin with, make sure you're on the right course page and your editing turned on, and select add an activity or resource and select the feedback option. So in here you need to give your feedback a name and a description. One of the first setting you can change is the availability setting, which allows you to set a time at which this feedback form will appear on the course page and a time at which it will disappear. Now if you want it there from the start, from when you've finished it, until an end amount of time, you don't know when you want it to disappear, don't tick these two boxes. However, if you want it to say finish at a set date, you can tick enable and change the drop downs as to what date and then the time you want this feedback form to disappear off the course page. It doesn't disappear, but it's just hidden from users. Here is where you can select how the feedback is logged. So if you want to see each user's name each time they complete the feedback form, you'd select this option. However, if you want it to be anonymous feedback, you'd select this option. Here you can change how many times the user can vote. So if you want them to only be able to fill in the feedback form once, you'd select no. However, if you want them to be able to complete the feedback form multiple times, you can select the yes option. This option here, the enable notification of submissions option, will allow you to receive an email update every time a user has completed the feedback form, and this option here will give the questions in the feedback form their own individual numbers. And finally, on here you can set a completion message that the user can see once they've completed the feedback form. So to begin with, here you can send them to the analysis page of the feedback they've just completed. You can also leave a completion message, so thanks for completing. And you can also leave them a link to take them to their next activity. So when you're happy with all your settings, click save and return to course. And now we're going to begin adding the questions to the feedback. So to do this, you need to click on the example, the name here, and as you can see you get an edit questions tab. You need to click on there, and this is where you can add in all the different questions that you have. So to begin with, we have a drop down here, and each one of these is their own individual question option. So a page break would allow you to have each question on a different page. A CAPTCHA is a security code that they have to enter to prove that they are human. Information is if you want them to read something about the if you just want them to read something rather than answer anything. A label is to add any extra information between the questions. A longer text answer allows the user to put in more text for their answer. A multiple choice allows them to pick which one they'd like from a series of options. A multiple choice rated would be similar to the multiple choice, but it's like a score system, so from 1 to 4, 1 to 5. Numeric answer is obviously a maths, a number related answer, so you can only enter numbers. And a short text answer is similar to the long text answer, however you can't input as many words. So to begin with, you need to decide what kind of question you want. So for this one, I'm going to say we'll have a multiple choice, and as you can see I moved on to the settings. Now the first box here allows me to set that this question has to be answered. If I leave this blank, the user is able to skip the question. However, if I tick it, then they have to answer it. So here I'd include what question it would be. So what's your favorite color? It's going to be my first question. Then in this box here, the label, this is where you would put your own reference. The user doesn't see this, but it's a reference for yourself when you're looking at them and maybe you want to link it to another question. So I'm just going to put favourite colour in here, and here I can choose which whether I want the answers to be displayed vertically or horizontally, and here is the option to choose how many answers. So it could just be the user has to pick one answer, or they can pick multiple answers, or they pick one answer but they have a drop down list. So they click on it and it'll drop down like all these things here. Now when you want to give the user the options to complete their quizzes in this question, you'd enter each individual option for the user on an individual line. So for this example, what's your favourite colour? I'm going to put blue on one line, red on another, yellow on another. If I put them all on one line, it will all be as one answer, but starting it on a new line puts them into individual answers. And I want this to be question 1, so I'm going to save question. As you can see, my question is there. I also have a not selected option. You can remove this if you click the cog icon, and you can see there's the option to hide it. So if I press yes and then save and return to question, that option has now gone. Just before I move on, to edit any question, you click this icon here. Now I'm going to add another question which is dependent on this question right here. So first off, I'm going to add a multiple choice and make it required. And for this one, I'm going to, what's your favourite food? And then in here again, I'm just going to put favourite food. And again, I just want them to select one answer. And I'm going to hide that option. So I'm going to give them a few options. So as you can see, I've given them 3 options to choose from. Now, this setting here, I didn't mention it on the previous because there was only one question in, but a really cool feature you can do is to set it so that this question will be only appear to users who select an individual answer based on another question. So for example, here you can see I have the favourite colour because that's what I put the label as. So I want this question to only appear to those who enter yellow on the favourite colour question. Anyone that doesn't select yellow won't see this question. So as you can see, I want the favourite colour because that was the label I gave to the favourite colour question. And then I want the value to be yellow. And this is question 2. So if I press save.
Now where you have dependencies, you have to have a page break between the two. Otherwise the dependency doesn't work, as they will both be on the same page. So to add a page break, you need to select add a page break, and you can use this little icon here to drag it around. So you need to drag the page break between the 2 questions that have where the dependency is. So as you can see, this one relies on this, so there needs to be a page break between the 2. A page break just ensures that the 2 questions are on a different page. So this obviously wouldn't work with them being on the same page, because this only appears if the user selects yellow, and of course it doesn't know what the user is going to select until after they've selected it.
If you click on the analysis tab, you can see all the ones I've voted for. You can also export this the answers to an Excel file where you'll be able to analyze it a lot more in depth. And the final thing I'm going to show you is the response section. So if I click on show responses, I can see all the different responses. Now, because this is set to anonymous entries, I can't see the names of whose responses these are. But if you have it set so that it's the user's name, you'll be able to see who chose what questions, and you can also have a look more in depth as to which one it was that they chose, and you can also delete that individual response. As you can see, if I go back on it, delete entry as well. So thanks for watching and goodbye.